Hi guys, what's up? Today I want to show you one of my latest tracks. It's called Misbits. It will be out soon on a very cool label. So it's a more kind of minimal Romanian kind of track. And well, I'm actually in a hotel room now, so the acoustics won't be that good. But I think it works for now. So I'm gonna show you a piece of the track now. So as you can hear, it's really got that Romanian vibe, Sunwaves kind of stuff. Something different than I usually do, so I think it's more for my opening sets, but I like to show you all the elements. I'm just going to start with the kick. As in my template, I'm always using the same kind of groups. So there's just one kick. It's a 909 kick drum. Gonna play it solo. It's actually a really punchy kick. Doesn't really have the strong low end, but I think the bassline fixes that. So in the bassline group we have the acid and the sub, and I think they're playing the same. So this is my own sub. It's also available in my template, so if you download the template you got the sub in there. And then with the acid kind of sound. So this acid sound is just automated, like with the volume. So it's coming up in the intro, step by step. This is the Foskeon, which is it's a plugin from D16 group. Definitely worth to check out. And so I cut out all the low frequencies because we have those in the sub. And then there's an erosion on there, which gives it that more bit crushed kind of sound. I like that. More high end actually. And then there's the sidechain, which is just linked to the ghost kick, which is always playing the whole track, even in the breaks. I just like to keep it pumpy also in the breaks, so yeah, I always have it like this. So that's the bass lines. Then we have the drums. So I separate the main drums in the drum group and the percussion and the top loops and stuff in the top and percussion group, which is very big, as you can see. We have like 20 channels of drums. So there's a 909 closed head. Not that special. I got some utility on here because I was working on the pre-master lately, and then I don't want to push the volume in the sampler, so I just put a utility at the end of the chain. Don't know why it's 2 actually, but I'm not gonna change it because yeah, this is already done. The clap. So as you can see, I used a little bit of saturation on there, like 7 dBs. Just gives it that little extra power, I think. Like yeah, saturation I think I like better than distortion. Then there's the erosion on there, which gives it more of the high frequencies, which I like a lot to use on like hi-hats and claps. And then there's a snare, which is the Nito knot, which is also from D16. Very nice stuff. And there's a main hat, let's see. Yeah, this is just cut from a loop. And I think I just needed those high frequencies, like from, what is it? It's like from 800 hertz, 900 hertz. And then we have the rim shot, just typical one, 808. So let's listen to the full group. So these are like the most obvious drums. And then we have the top and percussion group. A lot of stuff going on there. So this is a shaker loop, I think. Yeah, just like sort of an egg shaker kind of thing. Just gives it that energy we need. If you get it out, I mean, the 16 notes always help a lot when you want to give a bit more energy to the groove. Sidechain again, just EQ'd, very simple. I use the EQ from Ableton. I know a lot of you use the Fab filter ones, but yeah, I have always used this, and it's simple, and I just drag it in and I'm done. So there's the clap top. Maybe we can. So as you can hear, gives it more of that crispy stereo feeling on the clap. I always have like clap tops and kick tops and everything in the top percussion group. Then we have these 909s, 16th notes. So they work really well with the shaker. And it's the same, it's just not much happening. A saturation again. I almost use it on all drums. So I don't know if it's my secret, but it's something I like to do. And then we have like tom kind of sound. It's like percussion tom kind of sound. In the mid frequencies works really well again with those 16th notes. So actually we have the percussion sound in the mid frequencies. Then we have those 16th 909 heads like in the mid high frequencies, and then up there we have the shaker. So it's actually all frequencies are full now. As you can hear, it works pretty well together. And this is probably sliced. Yeah, this is a sliced head loop. But what did I do? So I transpose it to +1. Let's put some hiss on there. So as you can hear, it's almost like percussion. It's not even head sounds. It doesn't sound like heads. Yeah, maybe modulation heads, modulated heads. So with a bit of hiss, we get a bit more high stuff going on. And then the God phaser. And that is, I think, also D16. Really cool stuff. You have to check it out for sure. All the stuff from D16, I'm a big fan. Okay, then we have a vocal sound. It's actually on the clap, I think. So if we play the clap, yeah. So with a bit of reverb, as you can hear. Okay, then we have the Digitact head. So I recorded it did this with my Digitact from Electron. It's really nice for these kind of weird modulated sounds. Sounds like it's coming from some machine, but yeah, of course it's a machine, but it's a sampler. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just watch the video on YouTube. I think it really added something to my studio. Then we have the laser sound. I think this is also from, yeah, this is external instrument. This is also from the Digitact. So what you can actually do is like make a 16 bar loop on the Digitact and play with the automation of almost any parameter you want, and then record it, and so it's different every time. I like to put that in tracks, especially when it's a minimal track like this, because it's really about the little details. That's the laser group. Then we have the high loop. This is just a sound loop, I don't know, just from a sample pack. So what did I do with it? So this was the original loop, and with the frequency shifter I got it down a lift and shifted it down like minus 880 hertz. I actually do this a lot when I want to use like a top loop. I use the frequency shifter because you don't want it to sound like the original loop. It wouldn't be fair or whatever. It's just not professional. And then I got the low frequencies out, like always. And then we have the modulation percussion. I think this is an original sound. Ah no, I've shifted it down to, yeah, this would be to, now it sounds like resonance to me, so if you bring it down, just adds a little bit of that percussion thing. And then we have some toms. So I cut out a lot of the high frequencies because we already have all those. And yeah, I think that's the percussion top loop. I played solo. So as you can hear, it got a lot of energy, has a lot of energy. And with the drums, so these are like 20 channels of drums playing. So that's the drums. And then we'll go to the synth and modulation group. There's a chord here which is sampled. I actually like to sample chords and stuff the most because I don't know, house is actually from the 90s where everyone sampled everything. Of course you had the synthesizers, but I think that is more of the disco era and stuff. I think the house producers in the beginning sampled a lot of old records, and that's what I like. I like the old school sound. This is actually just a sample which I liked, and let's see what happens if I tweak it. So this was the original one, and I played it lower and later I switched the start to what is it, like a few seconds later, and I shifted it down like 2 octaves. Okay, the next sound, acid kind of sound. which is actually, it sounds like shit if you hear it on its own. It's an acid sound from the ultra analog. So you can so in the ultra analog you have the filter here. It's actually not that well. The sound is not that good, but if you hear it in a full track, then I think it's cool. Adds a bit of that Romanian type of minimal sounds. I actually didn't change a lot about it from it. So there's like the low frequencies are off, and there's a high cut at, what is it, 7000 hertz. Okay. And then I got this weird frequency, weird sequencer. Also ultra analog, so I definitely recommend that plugin. It's just when you hear this and you're scrolling through the presets, it's not really, it's really weird, but yeah, again, if you put it together with the acid thing and the chord, so sometimes it's just a matter of scrolling through the presets and play the track and listen to what happens when you're playing one note. Then we have the Juno. This is just in the Spire synth sound. Also just a preset which works very well. And then we have the synth chops from a loop. Really high frequencies, because if you listen to the other stuff, it's all in the mid range, and this definitely adds something in the frequency spectrum. So if you see the God phaser makes it a bit more subtle, like it's phasing all the time in a different way. And then we have the pad, which I recorded. I think I did this with the Roland Cloud stuff. Roland Cloud, yes, Roland Cloud. Okay, I think it was the GV1080. I think that was this one. JV, and then I just played around. Sorry. Yeah, I played around with it, but the thing was I had to freeze it because there was some problem with the automation. Every time I restarted Ableton, I got a problem with the automation. So, for example, here it starts really low, filtered, goes up through the track. Here it's pretty fine, but still, yeah, I had to freeze it. It's actually just playing a chord, nothing more, and just opening the cutoff of the filter. Then we have the Juno sound, which I think is really cool. It's nothing, it's just a pure sine. And I just played this like little thing. I think it was in a blues scale. It's really spacey kind of thing. I mean the track is also after hour track, so this thing is really trippy. It gets you to another level. So okay. So as you can see, I use like, I don't know, it's 8 EQs. As if you ask me why, I think it's, for me it works best to use an EQ for every kind of thing I do. So this one is cutting out the lows. This one is cutting out the highs. This one is cutting out a little frequency or a bit. It's dipping here because it's probably a resonance. So let's see if we just get everything out. And that's the same for the other ones. They're just working all on a different frequency. And for me it works best to use one for every frequency, because if I use two, they also get in the way of each other. What you can do is look for the frequency that's annoying and then boost it. Let's see. Okay, so that's that one, as you heard, and then I dipped it there like a little bit. Then what I did, I have a redux on there. Let's see the automation. So here it goes up. So first it's playing, I'll play it with the whole beat.
Right now.
As you can hear, trippy high frequencies. And after that I added a little auto filter, which cuts out like the really high annoying frequencies. Okay, so that's that. Then I have the FX group. I think, yeah. So here is all the FX. It's sometimes just like a little thing like this on the drop. And most of the FX things I just get them out of Splice. I can cut them, and sometimes I use them in a MIDI, in a simpler, and then throw some kind of FX on it, or play it in a lower frequency. Or because the nice thing of Splice is that you can just look for some sounds in a certain frequency, or sorry, in a certain certain key. So if if this track is in G minor, I could find like a nice FX sound to use in the track, and if it's not what I like, then I can always transpose it like 1 octave, or transpose it 1 octave up, and then it's still working because it's still in the same key. So then I have this kind of sound, SRX with a tantra on it. Let's see what it is like if we just get all the effects off. So yeah, this is really weird, and I think the tantra did it for me. Sometimes I just try something, you know, and then because this is really weird. But if you put the tantra on it, it's already a lot cooler. And then with the pseudo stereo from PSP, gets a lot more stereo, and we have the God phaser and an auto pen, because it's a sound in the background and you still want it to be there, but just in a soft way, so it fills up the track a bit. So that's super cool. And then the vocal.
Right now.
And the vocal is actually Eminem. I sampled it from Eminem, but no one's gonna know it except you. So
Right now.
it's just break down, or whatever he says, break now. You can make it whatever you want.
Right now. Right now.
And what I did with the vocal.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
It says right now actually. So
Right now.
the echo
Right now.
and the filter
Right now.
and the ultra pitch, I think it.
Right now. Right now.
Yeah, so this ultra pitch from Waves. It's really cool. It can give, if you can just look for a nice preset, but it duplicates the voice like with a delay like of 2 milliseconds or 7 milliseconds, and then every voice will be in another key, so it will be transposed like 5, so like a unison transpose, like here, like 5 notes down or 5 notes up, and you get this more robotic kind of
Right now.
voice.
Right now. Right now.
And then with the echo and filter,
Right now.
that's perfect for this kind of music.
Right now.
And no one's gonna know it's Eminem.
Right now.
And then, yeah, this is nothing, you know, it's just 2 times in the whole track, but it, for me, adds a bit at that certain point. Also here. It's really subtle, but still, in a little break like this, some people hear it and some not. It's actually, you don't even hear it, but it's there, but it fills it up a bit. And then we have another sound. A lot of echo. It's actually a fix just before the outro. I'm going to check. Okay, so just showing you all the other sounds. This one. Very high kind of sound with this echo. So it's with a feedback, like 100% feedback, so it goes on for maybe 20 seconds. And we have the noise. This is my own noise thing. Just made this with the operator, and I linked some parameters like the attack, decay, feedback of the filter, of the delay, sorry. And there's a filter cutoff. Oh yeah, this is linked to the filter inside the operator, so I can get it down and up. But this time I just use it as one FX sound. So
Right now.
again, very subtle. Then I have this kick top continuous thing, which I made like I think 4 or 5 years ago, and I still use it just in the background. It's playing the whole track, and I have the vinyl distortion. So together it sounds like this. And maybe now in the outro you can hear what I'm doing, what it adds. And you can easily make this yourself, because if you just make like a loop like this, like a kicked loop, and underneath you put like vinyl distortion, which you can find everywhere on the internet or even make yourself, and then get like a very high low cut, so you cut out all the low frequencies, mid frequencies, just keep the high frequencies, and then you make a loop out of it, and you have your own continuous noise loop. So that's the FX part. Oh, sorry, we missed this one. This is very cool. I found this online, which is just like Eastern kind of. You can just I'll just show you. It's like somewhere in Asia they play this instrument at a market or something, but it's in the same key as the whole track, so that that was for me like, okay, this is super trippy if I just put this right before the drop. So it's coming in the break. Very weird, but let's see if I use the pad and the synth modulation and the bass line, and you can hear what I mean. And then with the phaser and some filtering, and the filter is automated a bit. Again, it's just in the background, very low, at very low volume. But I'm sure people will notice it when on the dance floor.
Right now.
Okay, so and for the full track I use my drum reverb, like the same as in every track. Mostly the drums. Then I have the same one copied to the B, the second the second bus return, the second send. So this is the first send is like a small reverb, then I have the second send which is a medium reverb. So this is more for like the synth sounds, but also I think the groups, yeah. Sometimes I put like the full group through a different, like the bigger reverb. Then I have the CFX, which is like even bigger room, but I only use it for FX stuff. This delay I didn't use, I think. And there's this New York and side compression. So this is a New York compression and some stereo on there. I think I actually got it from a video from Marcus. He showed in this video, he shows how you can add some stereo on the track. Stereo, I mean the mid side, you can just separate them. Because it really adds something. It's a very cool trick. I think you can just look it up in the Discord group. And I think that's it for now. Let's see. Yeah, on the master, and so there's now +6 utility on there, but it's just actually just because of the video. If I play it here now without that one,
Right now.
the track will be like around -8 dBs, which is perfect for a pre-master. From -7, -8, -6, just around there. And I always use this stereo rack just to check the mono,
Right now.
the track in mono,
Right now.
because it has to sound good in mono too. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you have any questions, just contact me on Discord and ask me for it. You can also send me a track because I will give you some feedback on there. And I will definitely do this more often, like get a full track and show you how I work on it. So if you have anything you also want to see in the next video, like with the next track, just let me know, because yeah, this is my first walkthrough. So okay, let me know. Cheers.